So, all right. Okay, so this is like our second episode of Drinks on Me. So thanks so much for being part of it as well. So maybe you can tell the camera or me like who you guys are, what you guys do.
So I'm Sue. I work as both an artist and a producer and everything that's in between. So Ming and I met through work, but I think we became friends and then we kind of started this thing called Part-Time Book Club because we both really love books.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Ming. So I'm a designer, writer, and photographer. So currently I'm freelance. So I write at a publication as well in Singapore, and I also make books, and I also do like exhibition design and book design.
Sick. Hey. So wait, when was it, right? You guys were like into this hobby and thought maybe this thing can be something. Like part-time book club can be something that you guys can like do.
I think the whole name in itself has like the law is in the name. We really like books. So for me, it's a lot of this like being able to appreciate design and stuff. And then for me, it was because I make as an artist and book is one of the medium, but we can't do it full time. And I think for a long time we were quite salty about that. We keep joking how like the thing we love we only can do part time. So the name kind of was born from there, but we've always been interested to find out what books other people have.
Right.
Yeah, so then this became like a platform to do that.
Yeah, I also feel like in Singapore there's definitely like a lack of this niche community, especially when it comes to like art books and stuff. I think it's there's a gap lah. So we are hoping that we can like bring people together and fill the gap and just like come together and just have fun.
Right. So throughout this whole thing, right? What was one book that you guys read kind of like changed your view on why you love reading books?
Book. Usually I struggle to pick one book, but I think my fascination with books started quite young when I first encountered pop-up books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, I don't read words very well, even till now. So I think like the experience of seeing pictures, what more like the 3D picture that
Right.
pops up was quite magical for me. And I think that has always, I mean that was like when I was really like a kid, and I always felt like that is, that's what books can be like. There's like a whole world in books. Yeah, but it's not one single title for me. Yeah.
Quite hard question. I think when I like the point where I really got into books was when I was working as a book designer. So I became the audience, like from being a book audience, I actually became the one like creating the book. So I was able to go like behind the scenes to find out how books are made and created, and that really like changed my perspective of a book. So like before I would just see like like it's just a book and you just flip it through and the end, right? But after you actually have to go like behind the scenes and actually create the book yourself, like you start to notice things that you wouldn't have noticed before. Even simple things like I guess like paper, texture, binding, and then how the ink is sitting on the paper, those kind of things. So I guess it wouldn't be like a single book that got me into like books, but more of like the job of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you also mentioned you both like do art, right? So you're an artist and you're a photographer as well. So do you think like you get your inspiration for your artwork from the books itself in a way? And if so, like what kind of books gave you inspiration, or like what works have you done from like getting inspiration from this kind of stuff?
Very big question.
Yeah, but I just got curious because like I didn't know you guys were artists as well, and now that I'm finding it out, it's like, oh shit, okay, so are you guys like getting inspiration from your book adventures as well?
Yeah. Okay. I guess for sure, I think inspiration like comes from everything and everywhere, and yeah, definitely books. Because I lived in Tokyo for about a year before this, and I visited many like bookstores, second-hand bookstores and whatnot, including like book fairs, including Singapore Art Book Fair as well. I mean, everywhere you go in Tokyo, there are a lot of different kind of books. I guess definitely you'll be able to see like all sorts of fabrication. So inspiration definitely comes from that. I would say that is more like the materialization of the book. But in terms of like maybe what like topics or like sentiments that your work revolves around, I guess definitely books do come in play as well. But that might be more of like the byproduct of the idea. So in terms of the idea inspiration, I guess that's more personal to me. Basically, in what season or what phase of thought that I'm going through in that very moment, I guess that inspires me more than like encountering books. Yeah.
It's very great because I work as I'm an artist who makes my own book, and then as a producer, I am like side by side with other artists making their
Right,
works.
right.
So whether it's like my work, someone else's work, or a book, everything is just in this huge like word cloud of sorts, and they always influence each other. Or even I guess when I was a bit younger, they helped me to understand how to understand something
Right.
better. So I had this opportunity, like when Ling shared about being able to like flip side, right? When you work as a book designer, I thought about how I had this chance to go through about 300 photo books.
Right.
Yeah, like this was like peak of COVID, and then I was part of a festival, and there was an open call for books. So we received about 300 physical books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was the one who got to, just hang out with all the books and flip through them. I think when you get to be exposed to the same thing at that volume, you start to realize that they're not the same. Like even if they're like hardcover to hardcover, everything is quite different. There was a period when I think I really became more sensitive to it. But in general, I'm quite inspired by everyday traces.
Right.
Smaller things. So something like part-time book club, actually what's quite interesting is also, I think like we're geeky about the art books, but actually what a lot of people do bring in is also their own stories. Sometimes people end up sharing something very, very tender or very very close to heart, even though they were just talking about a book. But the whole reason why they would bring that book on the bus to go to work and then come down at night is because it means a lot to them. It's part of their life. So I think moments like this is what fits into our lives, and our lives fit into our work.
Right. Okay. That's it. Okay, so back on the topic of books, right? You guys love books. What is one book that you guys like, but you think you cannot actually recommend it to someone? I heard you guys talking about the question out just now as well, because you guys didn't know how you answer it.
Yeah. Wow. Honestly, I would recommend everything. Let me think.
I think maybe like, where the wouldn't recommend question is it?
Yeah.
I think maybe something that is like super personal also that like, I know there are some books that I have that are own, like for example there's this book called House of Leaves. That is a very like psychological horror sort of book which is not really necessarily meant for everyone because of the way that it's written. It takes you many reads, I think, for a book like that to kind of like fully kind of appreciate. So I guess like when I came across that question, it's just more of like there's certain books that are so personal to you, but or maybe it feels like it's a book that only a select kind of people or like a select type of people would actually read. And I think it's something that I think might be quite interesting to look at from a different perspective. Instead of like, oh, this book is cool for you. Like, what about something that you think that might not be for everyone, but it's like a great book regardless. Yeah.
Because we revolve more like around more like art books in like not really literature. So I feel like art is very subjective and like it can be appreciated by anybody in many different ways. So I feel unless the book is I don't know, like triggering for a specific person, then I will not recommend it. But in general, I think most of my books I feel like I'm very open to recommending most of them. Sorry if that doesn't answer the question. Yeah.
Because I help to sell my friends' books sometimes.
Right.
Then when you mentioned triggering, then I realized that there was a really, really brilliant book by a friend, and then she made it as one book.
Ah, okay.
But it was very like, it's like pouring her heart and soul out. And it was like a brilliant book lah, because it's like her whole soul in it. And then she got recognized for the quality of the book and the impact of her story. So it's about her relationship with her body and self-harm. And she went on, she had an opportunity to make like a longer run so that she could send it for competitions and stuff. I think that was one of the books where it's like at the same time you're very proud of your friend, right?
Right.
They made something so brilliant and then they could also face their demons and make something out of it. But every time I talk about the book, it feels a bit
Right. It's
weird
like,
to be sharing something like that. But then yeah, it's like very personal. But then you also like, you know, like since your friend has taken that step,
Right.
like they are already able to face it in a certain way. To honor them is to tell the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that one would be one of the books that sit in that space. Because I know it's also very painful for her to continue to make more copies of it. A lot of it require her to physically do things to
Right.
paper, to manipulate it, and it reminds her of that particular headspace
Right.
she was in when she first made the initial copy. Yeah.
okay. So you guys just had a session as well, right? Tell us more about the session. Like, what is it? What's the title? How do you guys go about your sessions?
It's our first session in a while.
Yeah.
Because previously, when Ning was based in Japan for a while, we played with different formats. But we didn't, I think for about
1 year.
1 year, 11 months there about,
Yeah.
we didn't have our conventional format. So it was very nice. I think some muscles were hibernating. But we got it back. The team today is witness. I think it's quite nice. Like Objectives was the first place we held our first session.
Right.
And then it's kind of like the first time we're restarting after the hiatus, and we wanted to call back to what's happening in their programs. So they're featuring a whole bunch of very brilliant like documentary works.
All right.
And Objectives has always been supporting different like storytellers. This is the season for documentary storytellers, and we thought like why not talk about that also. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually our sessions, it's we try to make it very casual, like as if like a group of friends like coming out like to hang out and stuff. So we start off with like introduction. So basically, like we introduce who we are, what we do, and what the book club is about. And then we also get everyone to write down like their names and the books that they have brought like, in the specific day. And then we also talk about the theme and like why we choose a theme, blah blah blah. And then we just go in like a circle where everyone talks about the book, why they chose the book. Okay, wait. They talk about who they are first, and then why they chose the book, and then everything and anything that they want to share. Like there are no limits.
Right.
And then so once everything concludes, there is actually a hangout session at the end where people can like get to know each other, like make friends, talk about the books, share anything and whatever they want. Like it's basically just to like get together.
Right. That sounds fun though. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about today also. You guys didn't even get your drink, so like
Oh my God.
let's pop one out and have a cheers before we end this off. I opted for non-alcoholic, but
Okay.
cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
So thanks so much, and I think Alger behind the camera has like one last question he wants to always ask everyone.
Give us like a song recommendation. Like
Oh my
something that is your
goodness.
current favorite.
My goodness.
Wow.
Here comes the song recommendations that
Wow.
Alger always looks forward to.
Okay, I mean I recently went to watch the Jesus and Mary chain, so I would recommend. So I would recommend their song.
Every month.
Okay, I would choose Happy When It Rains.
Happy when it rains. Okay.
My recent is recent person.
Okay. And what about you?
I think I will recommend. Wait, I need to check the title because I don't know if there's a chorus on the title.
Cool. Is that what you're gonna ask every interview?
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool because I also wanna like learn not learn music but like kind of understand like what kind of different music is out there also lah. Because I have a friend who's like so into music and like I cannot understand like how vast a catalog is. I'm just like I wonder what other people are like listening to also. Like, you know, it'd be kind of cool to figure that out.
Actually, we do a playlist.
Yeah, that's right.
And one day we will make a huge
Okay,
playlist,
yeah.
right? And then like just send it out to people.
Okay, what's yours?
Mine is it's a Chinese song, but like basically it's by 山人乐队, which are like it's like the band from the mountains.
Okay.
And then the song title is called 30 Years. So it's quite cool. They're
30年. Oh, okay.
they're folk rock band.
Folk rock. Oh, it's Chinese folk rock. That's cool.
So
Okay.
I thought it's quite cool, and then they're basically singing about how like life passed, and I'm turning 30 next year.
Oh, same.
So 97.
Yeah, 97.
It's kind of like the space.
Yeah, I'm quite depressed most of the time thinking about it as well.
You spend your 20s listening to or reading and like
Yeah.
absorbing all this, and then now you're there. So yeah.
Yes. That's pretty much the plot of Tick Tick Boom as well. Where if you guys watch musical Tick Tick Boom, John Larson, he's thinking about turning 30, right? And then he never achieved anything as well. That movie kind of relates to me now. So, but yeah. So thanks guys so much for being part of this, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy yourself as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Cool. Wow.